to the store nearest you. For a great selection, all in one place, start your search at CarMax. CarMax, the way car buying should be.
Foot odor. Now there's a whole new way to fight it. Only Odor Eaters has new Zorbitex technology to absorb 110% of its weight in sweat and destroy odor on contact. The most powerful Odor Eaters foot powder ever.
The International Jewelers Exchange is your Mother's Day destination. We've been at the same location for 23 years. If you can't find it here, you can't find it anywhere. It's all at the International Jewelers Exchange at Loman's Plaza in Aventura.
The best local news is on Local 10 News.
Good morning, everyone. With Marines poised to strike the Iraqi city of Fallujah within days and the deadline for a new Iraqi government only weeks away, we have an exclusive interview with the man President Bush says will pick the new government. UN Ambassador Lakhdar Brahimi has said very little until now.
There is never any military solution to any problem.
But the Marines say they have no choice. If the militias won't disarm, they must go into Fallujah.
I think there is always a better solution than shooting your way into anywhere.
We'll turn to Senators John Kyle and Joseph Biden for more on what's next in Iraq and how to pay for it. They'll be joined by George Will and Fareed Zakaria. And in today's list, Doonesbury creator Gary Trudeau on his decision to make BD a casualty of war.
I have to approach this with humility and care. I'm sure I won't always get it right, and I'm also sure people will let me know when I don't. But it seems worth doing.
We'll also bring you the latest headlines and, as always, the Sunday Funnies. Stay with us.
From ABC News, This Week with George Stephanopoulos. Now reporting from the ABC News studios in Washington, George Stephanopoulos.
In the headlines, witnesses say 4 Iraqi school children were shot and killed by American troops in Baghdad today, shortly after a roadside bomb ripped through a U.S. military Humvee, killing 1 U.S. soldier. Witnesses say the children were shot by U.S. forces, but Brigadier General Mark Kimmett said the children were seen taking items from the military vehicles, and he suspects they were shot by Iraqis shooting from nearby rooftops. An Army reservist missing in Iraq since his convoy was attacked more than 2 weeks ago has been confirmed dead. The remains of Sergeant Elmer Krause were discovered Friday. He was in the same convoy as Thomas Hamill and Private First Class Keith Mopin, both of whom are still listed as captured. This all comes during another bloody and tense weekend throughout Iraq. 7 U.S. soldiers and dozens of Iraqis have been killed in skirmishes across the country. And U.S. military officials now say the troops are poised to re-enter the troubled cities of Fallujah and Najaf, where militias have been in a standoff with U.S. troops for days. That is not welcome news to the man in charge of choosing a new Iraqi government. With a deadline for shifting authority from the U.S. to the Iraqis only weeks away, President Bush has called on a diplomat most Americans have never heard of.
And, Mr. President, who will we be handing the Iraqi government over to on June 30th?
You'll find that out soon. That's what Mr. Brahimi is doing. He's figuring out the nature of the entity we'll be handing sovereignty over.
Lakhdar Brahimi is a soft-spoken Algerian who's become the UN's man for all conflicts. He shuttled from New York to Afghanistan, the Congo, Lebanon, South Africa, Haiti, and now Iraq. He's the man the world is looking to for answers in what may be the most daunting challenge of his diplomatic career. I spoke with him Friday evening in Paris.
What's the most significant challenge you face in your mission?
I think everything is complicated. Everything is difficult. Time is certainly a problem. You are working against the clock. We started on this job a little bit too late.
So would it help to extend the deadline past June 30th?
No, I don't think that is advisable now that it has been announced. I think it's very difficult to find an Iraqi who will tell you that I agree to postpone the end of occupation. And since the occupier are saying we don't want to stay or we don't want to continue with this regime of occupation, I think it's not advisable to try and change that date, if possible.
Tell us what you're going to be doing between now and June 30th.
I think what we are trying to do, what we will be trying to do is